And for those of you trying to follow along, this will be, I think I'm going to split this out into its own video, but I'll put this up on YouTube as well. So, and the YouTube playlist containing all lectures and that will contain this is linked to on the Canvas page. And if you can't find it, just let me know. So I know he's going to go through it kind of quickly. If you can't keep up, that's okay.
So after it finishes installing, it should launch automatically. I have a little bit of sample code that has most of the libraries that, let me make this a little bit bigger. There's most of the libraries that we'll use as chemical engineers. So pandas, SciPy, NumPy, and Matplotlib. You should, Visual Studio Code is pretty friendly. So it'll say, if you create a new IPYNB file, it'll say like install all these packages to help you with those files. You're just going to want to head and install them. So like it'll actually have the intelligence to run cells independently from each other. It might have a Python helper as well. But then you should be able to type in these first 4 lines into your editor, and make sure that you don't have any errors when you run that.
Can you show how to run that cell?
Yeah, so this is going to be the same exact functionality as Anaconda. So you're going to control enter to stay in the same spot or shift enter to advance to the next cell. And then you'll get little squigglies on these if your Python libraries have been like disconnected when you uninstalled Anaconda. And if you have that case, you go ahead and open up the view, and then you're going to want to open up the terminal. And the most general installation is going to be pip, which is Python's installation package installer helper. And then you're just going to do install whatever library you're missing. So if you can't import pandas because pandas is not found, you're just going to pip install pandas. That will go out and download everything that you need, install it for you, and then it should work. So rinse and repeat for the same process for SciPy and NumPy, and Matplotlib. A lot of them are interdependent. So if you just do Matplot first, it'll bring NumPy for you, and all that.
And so what if you had Anacondas on there before, and you now have multiple, I ran it through, you now have multiple installations of Python, right? Multiple Python environments on your computer, or actually coming from Mac. Mac by default has Python 2 on it. And you want to work in Python 3 because you're mostly going to work in Python 3. So how do you navigate that?
That's actually a case that I ran into. So first, you're going to want to start by opening your Windows Explorer, typing in add, and then you should get an add or remove programs on Windows. This is probably a good idea if you don't have a good version of Python on your computer. You can scroll down and find Python. You should only have one version here. If you don't, you're going to have some problems. So go ahead. You can probably uninstall the Python launcher and whatever version you have if it's less than 3.11. And then Python is a similar download where I'll actually go and install these right now.
But now that Python 3.11 should be installed when you install VS Code. Or
when you install VS Code, it might not bring Python with it unless Anaconda has already previously been installed.
Okay.
So you might have to just go to the Python page yourself and install Python. But that's also an easy download where you're just going to type in download Python. It'll take you right here. It brings you to the latest stable version, based on the computer that you have. You also have Linux or Mac here as well. This will just download a new launcher for you. Same thing, default is all right. The one option, you just want to make sure that Python gets added to your path. It'll have an option for you there. So if this is finished, I can show you. So you just want to go ahead and check this box here where you're going to want to add the Python executable to your path. That way Visual Studio Code can just go and install packages from anywhere on your computer. And that is it, unless there's any questions or if anybody needs help with anything.